Now, Mr. President, from the moment the MAGA Supreme Court reversed Roe, as Donald Trump promised they would, many of us warned that the hard right would not stop there in eliminating reproductive freedoms. Over the past few months, we've seen how IVF has become the hard right's next target. A few months ago, the Alabama Supreme Court jeopardized access to IVF within their state, causing millions of Americans and millions of women and couples to fear that even their freedom to start a family was now in danger. So in June, Democrats brought forward legislation to ensure IVF access would never be at risk and expand insurance coverage for this treatment. But almost every single Senate Republican voted against this vital legislation to have access to IVF. Republicans can't claim to be pro-family, only to block protections for IVF. The American people deserve another chance to see if Republicans are for access to IVF or against it. It's that simple. So next week, Mr. President, the Senate will vote once again to take up the very same bill we voted on earlier this summer, establishing a nationwide right to IVF and making it easier for people to access this critical treatment. Our bill should have passed in June, and it is more than good enough to pass now. So let me say it again. Republicans can't claim to be pro-family on one hand, only to block pro-family policies like federal protections for IVF and the child tax credit. But that's what they did this summer, and I hope we get a different outcome when we vote for a second time. The American people will be watching. I yield the floor. Note the absence of a quorum.